You're new, and you want to be liked. Or at least that's the premise I'll use for this answer. I'll assume from first impression, you mean first meeting. Let's look at some of the basics, and then I'll move into specifics relative to you, and what I call your preferences. Good hygiene. You don't smell, and you don't smell too good. You're clean. You don't have dirt under your nails, and everything about you has been trimmed, combed, and tucked. Next, all metal and ink is under wraps. Your breath is fresh and your teeth are brushed. Your clothes are consistent with the look of the people who work at your level in the organization, but nicer. Your handshake is firm, and you look the other person in the eyes when you shake their hand, never forgetting to smile. You thank them for the invitation, ask if you might sit, present them with a resume, if appropriate, and ask how long you'll be there in the meeting so they can use their time wisely. If possible, find a point of commonality, something social to talk about, to break the ice. Look around the office. If there are any clues to act as a trigger for a social moment, they will be the first to stop the social part of the discussion, and when they move on, that's your clue to move on as well. Beyond the basics, all that I've said will get you in the door and seated without creating any negative vibes. Now you need to go to the next level. To better understand what I'm saying, think of people you really hit it off with, people who think like you think. We're going to turn you into one of those people everyone likes simply by being adaptive. The first step is to have a frame of reference. I will describe a basic 4-quadrant interpersonal grid. Everyone falls into one of these quadrants or boxes in a very broad way. You have to figure out first, what is your primary box, and then what's the other person's primary box? If there's a match, great. If not, you need to shift your style to fit their box, at least until they get to know you. To create a 4-box grid, you need a horizontal line and a vertical line. The horizontal line goes from task to relationship. People are either more task-focused or more people-focused. You have to decide which is more appropriate to you. The vertical line goes from offensive to defensive. Offensive are people that act quickly and decisively. Defensive are people that act more slowly and cautiously. What fits better for you? Once you've made both choices, you now have the basics of preferences. And like I mentioned, find the box that fits you and the one that fits the others, and that will give you a guide to adapting to meeting their needs. Here are the 4 types. Task offensive, we'll call that a player. Task defensive, we'll call that an analyst. People offensive, we'll call that an actor. People defensive, we'll call that a pal. The player wants concise answers about the work and the results expected. The analyst wants details and time to think about where you fit in doing the work. The actor wants an audience, someone to listen, as they talk about how they have done the work. The pal wants to know about you and how you came to them, and then wants to share with you who does the work. Learn the basics of meeting these people's initial needs, and you'll make a most excellent first impression. For more details on each of these types and what it might be like to be working for them, please watch the 4 videos about the aggressive, chatty, detailed, or concerned coworkers. Best of luck.